Sunnah followers, protectors of the Sunnah. Sunnah followers, protectors of the Sunnah.
Alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to another session of the Tawheed class here at Sunnah Followers. And for the Tawheed class today, we are discussing the discussion of sickness and health, our discussion of sickness and health. And as everyone here should understand by now, taking care of your health is an obligation. I hope every Muslim listening to me understands that Allah is going to ask you about your body. He's going to ask you when you in that grave, why didn't you take care of yourself if you didn't? For you Muslims out there who have not had the coronavirus shot, you better get it before you die, because Allah is going to ask you in that grave, why did you not take the vaccine? When he commanded us that whenever he sends a virus to take the treatment, because taking the treatment will lead to a cure. Allah says that in numerous hadiths. So you guys are going to be asked about that. So I really hope that the Muslims out there around the world are lining up to get those coronavirus shots, because if you don't, you're in trouble when you're in that grave, because you have disobeyed a command from Allah. And we also spoke yesterday about how not only does Allah and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam command us to seek treatment for our sicknesses. That means take the medicines, take the vaccines, but also it's okay to use words of remembrance of Allah. In fact, we're supposed to remember Allah in good times and in bad. And let's look at the questions from yesterday just to see how well everyone understood what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday, we spoke about incantations and supplications. We have to, okay. By the way, guys, Brother Mukhtar's class is canceled for today. He just sent me a message. He just had to cancel his class. Okay, so it's okay. All right, but yesterday we talked about incantations and supplications. Incantations and supplications. And this is a big topic amongst many Muslims out there. Whether or not we can use supplications when we're sick, whether or not we can use incantations. First of all, who can tell me what is an incantation? Because a lot of Muslims don't understand the meaning of simple words. This is one of the biggest problems. Dr. Jamali was saying, Sister Layla, you answered the question so well. He said, I think it's that I don't do so good because of my English. Oh, Jamali knows these answers. And like I told him, it's not just your English, but it's the English of the people too. Because most people who speak English have a problem understanding the words. But see, I make them learn the meaning like I'm doing now. Who can tell me what is an incantation? What is meant by incantations? Who can answer that? Let me log back on Facebook so I can see. Facebook people, let me see your answers too. What's an incantation? Anyone?
Assalamu alaikum.
It's
actually a speech or whatever dialect you can communicate with.
Is that the meaning of the word incantation?
No, I didn't look up the word.
Well, what answer are you giving me then, Anisha? The question is, what is the meaning of incantation?
Okay, let me look it up.
If you're not answering what incantation is, then what answer are you giving me? You better wake up.
I understand.
Like I said, it's time to park that bus, sister. You can't think right. Listen to the question. I want to know what is the meaning of the word incantation.
Oh, okay. But the
If
word,
somebody answered the question.
the meaning of the word incantation is a series of words said, or I mean, they're words that are used.
Okay, thank you, Anissa. You can now go lay down. Okay, can somebody give me the meaning of the word incantation?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
It said that it's the chanting or uttering of words purporting to have magical power. Or
Okay.
formula. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go on. Keep reading it.
Formula employed a spell or charm, magical ceremonies or magic sorcery.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys the meaning of incantation. Incantation are words recited that bring about some sort of calm or power. Does everybody understand? Now, when you look it up in the Webster's dictionary, a lot now in English, when we speak about incantations, it's usually associated with witchcraft. Like I said, there's a lot of people who practice witchcraft and they use incantations. They use words and they'll tell you that the incantations, the words that they're using are powerful and they're Gaelic. And then if you meet a person who speaks Gaelic, like Sister Rashida, my cousin who's Viking like Layla, hello, Viking, die with the sword. She'll tell you, that ain't Gaelic. Okay, so incantations are words of empowerment. Words of empowerment. Words of empowerment recited to bring about a change of condition. Now, give me the meaning of a supplication, because a lot of Muslims don't understand the difference between an incantation and the difference between a supplication. So now somebody tell me, what is a supplication? The English language is just as tricky as the Arabic. English is the worst language. That's why I tell you, I tip my hijab to anybody who learns English. I don't know how you brothers and sisters around the world learn it, because it's the hardest language, I believe, to learn, because it changes and words take on so many different meanings, you know, depending on what's happening today. Somebody tell me what is a supplication?
Okay, let me answer this one, please. Supplication is the action of asking or begging for something earnestly or humbly.
Okay, supplication is to ask or beg for something. Good job. She finally picked up a dictionary instead of trying to answer it on her own. Good job. To supplicate is to ask or beg for something. That's a supplication. An incantation, these are words recited that bring about some sort of calm or empowerment. I'll use the word empowerment. Does everybody understand the difference now? Because this was an email. I just got back from my doctor's appointment, and this is an email that somebody on Facebook just sent me when I was driving home. They wanted to know, what is the difference between supplication and incantation? Does everybody understand the difference? Laylee said incantation is a charm or a spell created using words. That's really wrong, Laylee. Okay, that's really wrong. Okay, we have turned, a lot of people, like I said, because people practice witchcraft, when you hear the English word incantation, people automatically think of a charm or a spell. Oh, she's a witch. I remember when I was at work, I used to come in the door saying, Well, man, and when I would say it, my clients who were going off would turn around and just walk like they were in a dumbfounded to their room. You and I know why, because they were possessed by their jinn. And a jinn will leave when he hears the words of Allah recited from a person that truly believes in Allah and believes in what they're saying. So I used to shock my coworkers. They'll tell you to this day, they were shocked. Well, what is it? They thought I was using a spell. They thought I was bewitching my clients. No, I'm not bewitching my clients. I'm reciting words of empowerment. I am reciting an incantation because the phallic, the nas, the ikhlas, and ayat kursi are incantations. Do you guys understand? These are surahs of the Quran that if recited, they are incantations because they are words that bring about empowerment. They will bring about empowerment against the jinn. And that's why, and I wasn't practicing magic. It's just that I was using the incantations of the Quran to make my clients' jinns go back in their bodies, and they go back in their rooms and get into bed and go to sleep, because those jinns knew I wasn't playing. I didn't fear them, and I know how to deal with them. So does everybody understand? So the surah, the phallic, we can use the phallic, the nas, and the ikhlas. The phallic, nas, Kul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, malikin nas, Allahin nas, min sharril waswasil nas. This is an incantation. The phallic, the nas, the ikhlas. Oh God, my typing is just done. The doctor gave me a shot and I'm telling y'all. The ikhlas and ayat kursi. These are words of incantation. Does everybody understand? Those are words of incantation because they bring about empowerment over the jinn. That's why the prophet encouraged us to recite them every day. And that's why I tell Muslims who are so worried about people doing hasid, if you were strong in your faith, you would never worry about anyone doing hasid on you. You know how many people hate me and wish they could do hasid to me? SubhanAllah, the prophet said, recite those three surahs are incantations. Recite them in the morning and recite them in the evening, and Allah will make sure that no one does hasid on you and no one does magic on you. I had a co-worker, this last place I worked, she made dowels. She was so into her witchcraft that she would get angry and make a dowel of a person and stick the pins in it. Do you know how many dowels they had of Layla Nashiba? And they never could figure out why those dowels sticking them pins did nothing. I still hear it work every day. Your magic is not going to affect a person that believes in Allah, who's living his life fulfilling their obligations. Does everybody understand that? Okay. Okay, Sister Rashid. Okay, yeah. Oh, Rashida says she doesn't speak Irish. She didn't learn Irish. She went to a different school. Yeah, so the Gaelic, she wouldn't be able to help you with the Gaelic language. But there are other people out there who do speak Gaelic, who can tell you that these witchcraft charms, that's not Gaelic. That's just garbage. Okay, but anyway, guys, that's the difference between an incantation and a supplication. Everybody understand that? An incantation, these are words recited that will bring about some sort of calm or empowerment. Whereas a supplication are words asking or begging. They are words asking or begging for something. Everybody understand? The Falit, the Nas, the Ikhlas, and Ayat Kursi, these are words of incantation. Why? Because they bring about empowerment over the jinn and evil. Not just the jinn, but witchcraft and evil, all kinds of evil. Everybody understand? That's why the prophet encouraged us to learn those four things. Okay, that brings us to question number 2. That brings us to question number 2. How did the prophet sallallahu alaihi, wait, we didn't even finish this question. Okay, since you guys know what an incantation is, and since you guys know what supplications are, this is the question. Is it lawful to use incantations as a treatment for sickness? And give me your evidence, guys. That's the question. Is it lawful in Islam to use an incantation as treatment for illness in Islam? And if so, explain it and give me your evidence. Anyone? Sister Nana, Sister Umi Barrow, Sister, what this funny, silly name, Brother Tarek. I wish you guys would take more appropriate names and silly names, because this is an Islamic website, and I'm not going to look stupid calling somebody a cracker, and then somebody put on Facebook that I'm a racist. Okay, so please, guys, change to an Islamic name if you're going to be in this website. Okay, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yes, it's permissible to use incantation, because it was also used by the prophet too, just like how Aisha said that the prophet used to seek refuge in Allah for some of his family members. He used to touch them with his right hand, saying, "O Allah, the sustainer of mankind, remove the illness and cure the disease. You are the one who cures. There's no cure except your cure." And yeah.
Okay, but is this a situation too? Well, if that's the case, I got a book here that I got from the library. It's called the Book of Incantations. This is, you can go to the library and get the Book of Incantations that the Wiccans use. And I can stand over a person and said, "Woo, woo, rise up from the dead, glow in the night." Come, and so I can just use books of incantation. According to your answer, Aisha, it's permissible. It's permissible to use incantations because the prophet used them. So I can just go ahead and go get me a book of incantations and just use them. Aisha, can anybody see something wrong with her answer? Does anyone else see what's wrong with her answer? Not you, Anissa, get off the mic, because I want somebody to be able to explain it. I want her stuff explained correctly, because this is a mistake that we make as Muslims. We might give part of an answer, but not the whole answer, and we end up misleading Muslims. And we'll have Muslims going to the libraries now, taking out books of incantation, which are witchcraft books. So is there something that she didn't put in her answer, or something that she put in that she shouldn't, or can you clean up your answer, Aisha?
That was only used by the prophet.
Does that clean up her answer? That means I can only use the Prophet Muhammad's incantation. I can't sit here and make up my own.
Can I see the question one more time, please?
The question is simple, whether you see it or not. The question is, can we recite incantations? You don't have to see it. That's the question.
No.
We can't. If May said no, you can't recite them at all. Aisha is saying, yes, you can, but they only have to be the prophet's incantations.
But Anissa had the answer this time for sure.
Okay, Anissa, go ahead.
Thank you. It has to be, the content has to be in remembrance of Allah. It has to be you, and your heart has to be set on your incantations going directly to Allah.
Thank you, but that's wrong.
Can I
Anybody
explain
else?
my answer?
Damn.
Wait a minute, let me look on Facebook because y'all are just gone up here in this Zoom. Let me see what they got on Facebook. Laylee said, yes, there is nothing wrong with using incantations as long as it is not something, I don't understand the English there. Rashida said it has to be Islamic. Well, all I got to do is put Islam in front. Now it's Islamic. Pamela said, yes, you can use incantation as it does not go against what Allah and the Prophet said. That's wrong too, because you're basically saying the same thing that Aisha said. It has to be an incantation of Prophet. Let's see who can get it right. Sarah, the question is it lawful for us as Muslims to use incantations when a person is sick? Sarah said, yes, it's lawful to use incantations as treatment, as long as the content is the remembrance of Allah and not contradict the oneness of Allah. Still ain't wording. You giving the same answer as Anissa. Y'all got to work on y'all's wording. Isra, can we use incantations for treatment? She said, yes, as long as it is not what contradicts Islam? Somebody just, y'all on the right path, but what I want, Anissa, get off the mic. What I want y'all to do, because Anissa, you hanging up the mic and your answers get worse. Thank you. Let somebody else try. I want you guys to learn how to put your answers in more detailed, clear terms so nobody walks away thinking they can go take out a book on incantations. What do you mean Islamic? That's a broad term. Try it again, Anissa.
Can I explain my answer?
Let me hear Anissa. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go on, Anissa. Come on, hit it. Do it right this time, Anissa.
I was talking, okay. You can't have shirk or any polytheistic. You can't have anything interfering with like worshiping anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can't have any shirk in there.
What does shirk mean in English?
Shirk is worshiping anything other than Allah, like worshiping the sun or the moon or a plant or a tree or the rain or a dog or a cat.
Okay, that's better, much better. The words cannot be, whereas, go ahead, Fame. Good job on that, Anissa. Go ahead, Fame.
Oh, my answer was no, but the Prophet did said that he used to fear like witchcraft and people doing magic.
That ain't got nothing to do with this answer.
Until Allah said,
don't go into a hadith that had nothing to do with this answer.
Okay.
Okay, Anissa basically said it, and is it lawful to use incantations as treatment? Yes, it is. Oh, I can't type. Yes. Sanaya says she's staying out of this. Sanaya, what was your answer? Your answer was probably right. Sanaya, you probably would have gotten it right. Yes, we can use incantations as long as they are in a language. Nobody put this in their answer. And a language, didn't I stress that to y'all? I gave y'all a clue. Most witches, incantations, they say are in Gaelic. But if you meet a person that speaks Gaelic, they'll tell you this is a lie. This is not Gaelic. So it has to be in a language that is understandable to all. That's number one. Does everybody understand? The incantations that you use have to be in a language that is understandable to all involved. Okay, number one. Also, the words, as Anissa said, cannot be words in which the person is calling upon something. Don't use Arabic and you don't know the meaning of it. When y'all give me these answers, give them to me in pure, simple English. Don't throw in Arabic because you don't speak it and you sound crazy. Just say it in your language. Because shirk means to associate partners with Allah. If you want to know what shirk means, it means to associate. So just speak in English. Leave the Arabic alone, guys. Y'all ain't Arab. Also, the words cannot be words in which the person is calling upon something other than Allah. Okay? Does everybody get it? It has to be a language that is understandable to all involved. And it has to be an accepted language. It's understandable and accepted by all involved. And the words cannot be words in which you're calling upon something other than Allah. When y'all say anything, Sister Israel, when you say anything that contradicts Islam, what does that mean? You have to be able to explain it, Israel. Break it down. If something contradicts Islam, that means it contradicts calling upon Allah or asking for something that Allah does not allow us to ask for. Okay, the words cannot be words in which the person is calling upon something other than Allah, nor asking for something that Allah does not allow us to ask for. Do y'all see how I broke that down? Fame, what are you confused about? Ain't my fault you didn't express yourself properly. What are you confused about, Fame? Y'all got to be more detailed in your answers. What are you confused about, Fame?
Can I go back and read what you just wrote again?
And your answer wasn't nothing like that. The answer is yes, we can use incantations as long as they are in a language. You didn't mention nothing about language that is understandable and accepted by all. Also, the words cannot be words in which the person is calling upon something other than Allah or asking for something that Allah does not allow us to ask for. You did not give that answer. Neither did Anissa. Neither did Isra. Neither did Aisha. Y'all have to be more.
So it's not like supplicated?
What is the meaning of supplication, family? We just went over the meaning of incantation. What does incantation and supplication mean?
And supplication is to ask and beg.
Okay, and what's incantation?
Using words, I guess.
Words, what kind of words?
Of power?
Yes, words of empowerment. So the question is, can we use incantation? In other words, can I use words of empowerment to treat my sickness? Yes, I can, as long as the words of empowerment that I am using do not entail calling upon something other than Allah. And as long as the words I am using are in a language that is understandable by all, and as long as the words I am using, do not entail asking for something that Allah forbids or violating any of Allah's laws. Do you understand the answer now?
Okay, so do you
And
just
like I said earlier, if I were to recite Ayat Kursi, that's an incantation. Ayat Kursi is an incantation. The Falak is an incantation. The Nas is an incantation. Look at the meaning of those words in English. Look at what you're asking Allah for. You're not begging or asking You're using words of empowerment in those 4 surahs to protect you from the jinn. You're seeking protection from the jinn, protection from a witchcraft. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Anybody else confused but her? Anise, are you confused?
No, I'm not confused because I really understand.
I got it now.
Yeah, I understand it. It's like, be careful what you ask for and how you ask for it. I mean, I've made duas to Allah and I had to stop and catch myself to make sure I'm saying it in the proper manner.
Yeah, that's a supplication.
With it, yeah,
that's supplication. But we're talking about incantations.
Yeah, I mean, we're both.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me take y'all to this question in, because Anissa brought up a good point. When do we use incantations? Hold on, because Anissa, you have to understand this. When do or what situations, I'm glad Mukhtar did cancel his class. What situations in life will bring about supplications? And what situations, Anissa, in life bring about an incantation? Because you just said that you call upon Allah, you use the Arabic word dua again. What does dua mean? Does dua mean to incant? Is dua an incantation?
Dua is asking. Well, I shouldn't have said dua, but as Muslims, we're used to saying dua when we're talking to Allah, asking.
Dua is the Arabic word for supplication.
Yeah, supplication.
If I use the word dua, what I'm saying is supplicate.
Oh, mashallah.
So that's why I'm telling you, speak in English, because you're saying supplicate, supplicate, supplicate over and over again in different languages. I can throw some French in there, but I don't want to hear that. I want you now, but I want you to tell me what type of situation in life will call for you to use a supplication, and what situations in life will call for you to use an incantation.
And can I use me? I mean, now we're talking about me, right?
If you want to use you.
Yeah, I'll use, okay. Through my life, my success for my supplications has been what I've asked Allah to give me.
Wait a minute, that ain't the question. Well, what situation in life will cause you to supplicate? And what situations in life will cause you to do an incantation?
Okay, an incantation I've done when I was told I had cancer, period.
And what does the incantation entail? What are you doing? What are you saying?
Allah, heal me, basically.
How is that different than you saying, Allah, heal me as a supplication? Well, this is what we're confused about.
When I say heal me, and now it's coming from my heart and it's powerful.
No,
I'm going to believe.
Anissa, what's the meaning of incantation? Means to recite words that bring about some sort of empowerment. Heal me is not an empowerment word. So you don't recite incantations when you had cancer. You made supplications. You asked Allah to heal you. You asked Allah that's not a situation that would involve as an incantation.
Okay,
and this is what people don't understand.
Then I have to go to the 3 surahs of the Quran.
Okay, I want you to. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Anissa, this is what I want you to do. Sit back. Stop talking and just listen. Because I'm now going to explain to you guys again what type of situations entail an incantation and what type entail a supplication. Before I do, does anybody else know? And Anissa, don't get on the mic, please. Just sit and listen. Anybody else? What type of situations would call for a supplication? And what type of situations would call for an incantation? Based on you guys understanding the meaning of these 2 English words. These are 2 English words. Incantation, words of empowerment, supplication, to plead, beg for help. Give me an example of a situation, someone that will call for me to supplicate instead of incantate. Anyone?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, you would use supplications when you're asking Allah for something, or you're asking him to help you through a situation, or if you're asking him.
Okay, hold on, stop. Listen, Anissa. I will use a supplication if I am faced with a hardship in life and need Allah to guide or help me out of that situation. You understand, Anissa? A supplication is used in life. If you're faced with a trial or a hardship, and you need Allah to help you out of it. I need Allah to help me to overcome my cancer. That's a supplication, Anissa. I need Allah to help me to be able to walk because I need total knee replacement surgery. Right. That's a supplication. I need Allah to help me to find a way to pay my bills. Those are supplications. I need Allah to guide my children and my grandchildren to Islam and keep them firm. That's a supplication. As Latifa said, whenever we need help from Allah, or you need guidance from Allah, or that's a supplication. That is not an incantation. So you did not use incantations when you were sick, Anissa. Okay? So Latifa, good job. Now, so who can tell me what type of situation brings about the need of an incantation?
Can I try that as well?
Yes. Go ahead. Let me hear Latifa. Go ahead.
Inshallah, you would use the incantation if you're nervous or upset and you need to calm yourself down to get through a situation or get a better understanding of something. No. A supplicant
that falls under help. You said you need help to calm down. That's a supplication. You need guidance. Remember, if you need help, guidance, strength, that's supplications. That's when you plead and beg upon Allah to help you. Oh, Allah, calm me down. Oh, Allah, get me through my anxiety. Oh, Allah, get me. These are situations of supplication. They are not situations of incantation. Anybody else want to try? Give me an example of when we would need an incantation.
Assalamu alaikum. Can I try?
Go ahead.
I think like for my sickness that I had, there's no cure for it. But I asked Allah to help me anyway.
That's still a supplication. That's your supplicate. Anytime. Does everybody understand? Anytime we call upon Allah to help us or guide us in life, these are supplications. These are supplications. Does everybody understand? Anybody else want to tell me when would I need an incantation? Okay, Sakina, let's go to Facebook. People on Zoom, I heard they was in here playing music yesterday. Let me just get real. Hello? Y'all want to know why my Zoomers can't answer no questions today? Y'all didn't think I'd find out that y'all was in the Zoom room hitting that Patti LaBelle, Tiva Boo. Hello?
Who squealed on us?
Y'all see, they were sitting in the Zoom room when I was out yesterday playing Patti LaBelle, who makes the worst banana pudding on earth. Who makes banana pudding and don't even put bananas in it? and charge $15 for that little bitty nasty pie in Walmart of all places.
That's a sweet potato pie.
She makes the banana too. I ain't talking about sweet potato. That's nasty too. I'm talking about the banana. Because I was stupid enough to spend $15 and come home and it said add your own bananas. The people in the Zoom room set up in here playing music while I wasn't here. That's why they.
Who is the people?
Shaitan got their brain. They're fried. They can't think. They don't know what an incantation is or a supplication because their brain is still into Patti LaBelle and Shaitan. But now, let's look on Facebook. Give me a look at how y'all couldn't get this and it's easy. Sakina said, incantations are used when seeking protection for something. Exactly. Give me an example. Give me an example, Sister Sakina. Give me an example. These are used when seeking protection. For example, to sleep at night without bad dreams. That's an incantation. When you guys recite Ayat Kursi, you're seeking protection. You're seeking protection from the evil. When you recite the Nas, you're seeking protection from the night, from the darkness and all that lingers in it. So incantations are used for protection, Anissa. You are not going to use an incantation when you got cancer. You're going to supplicate. The only time you're going to do an incantation is if you go out at night, bad dreams, or also evil thoughts. When y'all heard that music playing in here last night, somebody should have did an incantation and make whoever was playing it a radio break. When you have evil thoughts to do things bad that are bad, that's when you would recite an incantation. I have a thought right now to go outside and try to find that doctor who waited on me today. Hello, handsome young blood. About 25, 30 maybe, the way I like them. Tall, dark, handsome, curly hair. I got the evil thought to go out and find him. That's when I would do an incantation because you're seeking protection from Allah. You're calling upon Allah for protection, as Sister Sakina said. Does everybody get it now?
I got it.
That's the difference. It's easy. So incantations are used when seeking protection. Supplications are used when you're faced with a hardship in life or you need guidance in life. Does everybody get it? You got it now, Fame?
Yes, I got it now.
You got it now, Latifa? Best word, protection.
Inshallah.
Anytime we seek protection. When I say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, is this a supplication or an incantation?
Incantation.
Exactly, Anissa. That's an incantation. Every time we say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, guys, that's an incantation. You're saying, I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed shaitan. You are reciting an incantation. These are words of empowerment. Words that are so powerful that they will cause the evil jinn assigned to you to go get in his closet. And y'all should have said that yesterday with Patti LaBelle, who can't put bananas in her pudding. Okay? Y'all got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all know.
I think we eventually concluded that we dropped her, didn't we, guys?
Yeah, I think it was you. I was told that you were the one. I heard it was Anissa was the one that shut it down. It wasn't Fresno.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
It wasn't my moderator. I heard
me.
that it was Anissa who said, turn that crap off because it's giving me evil thoughts and I need an incantation. Hello.
Yeah, that's true. That was what she did.
Fresno was partying like she always do. And from what I understand, Fresno was, hey, do the wave, hey. Always looking for a party. I heard it was Anissa, the old sick one, who shut it down. Yep. Thank you, Anissa. Okay. So now y'all understand the difference. Good job, Sakina. So incantations are used whenever we are seeking protection. Let's see, Amina Antar. Exactly. Good job, Antar. Even Antar got it right. See, she ain't been hanging out. She wasn't doing the hustle. She wasn't doing the hustle or the bump to Patty LaBelle. She was studying yesterday. And look, she got it right. It's used for protection from people and bad thoughts and stuff. Exactly. Evil from your jinn. Good job. So let's go on. So let's finish this. This is all the same question. Now that y'all know what a supplication is, now that you know what an incantation is, now that you know when to use them, is it lawful to use them for treatment? Yes, we can use them as long as they are in a language that is understandable and accepted by all involved. Also, the words cannot be words in which the person is calling upon something other than a law. We're seeking refuge with the law. We're not seeking refuge with anyone else. I'm calling upon a law to protect me. I'm not calling upon the Virgin Mary. We're calling upon a law to protect us. We're not calling upon the sun or the moon or the stars. It ain't about Taurus. It ain't about Cancer. Does everybody understand? Good job. All right, that brings us to the next question. Let's go to question 2. Good job on that. Question number 2, how did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam perform incantations or supplications when a person was sick? And oh, that's easy, you guys can answer that. If a person was sick or whatnot, how did the Prophet perform the incantation? Please enter your password. Anyone?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wait a minute, hold on for 1 sec. Let me hear what this is.
First unheard message, urgent message.
Gracie.
Deleted. 1. Hi, this is located at the Southeast corner of Schiller Avenue in Cuyahoga Falls. Your prescription is ready.
What prescription? I just got my prescription.
Pharmacy's open till 10 p.m. tonight.
Okay, they must have gave me another prescription. My doctor must have called another prescription in for me because I already got the one prescription. I guess he got me on another one. Lord, inshallah, this pain to be gone, maybe. Maybe he getting ready to, try to knock that pain out. It's gone out my knee right now in my back and my hip. Let's see. All right. So go ahead. How did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam perform incantations or supplications when a person was sick? Go ahead. Who's answering? Hello?
Here I am, my mute was on.
Well, then you better unmute and answer.
Oh, you heard me?
No.
Okay. I was unmuting it because it was on mute. The Prophet used to put his right hand on the family, when he had family members that were sick, and he would seek refuge in Allah for them. Oh Allah, remove the illness.
Good job. Now, if he was asking Allah to remove the illness, was he reciting an incantation or was he reciting a supplication? Sabrina.
I believe he was supplication.
Exactly. See, even Sabrina understands. That's a supplication. Exactly. If he was placing his hand on the body and asking Allah to remove it, that's a supplication. What about this? What if he placed his hand on the body and asked Allah to protect that person from the evil eye? Is that an incantation or a supplication?
Incantation.
Good job, Sabrina. That's an incantation. Sabrina understands this very well. Good job. Okay, so that's how the Prophet would do. And nowadays, Muslims today are so weak. Muslims today you want to make, we use the Arabic term ruqya. The Arabic term ruqya, oh, I'm holding my knee up, guys. When you hear the Arabic term ruqya, that's what that means. A person is putting their hand over the part of the body that hurts and they're supplicating. It's best to do your own ruqya. There's some Muslims out there who go around begging other people to come do it for them. No, we're not Christians. You know, the Muslims, we imitate them so much. The Christians come in the name of Jesus Christ. Oh, my headache's gone. No, we don't do that. Remember, the prophet told us those 75,000 people that will enter paradise without being held accountable. One of the reasons why they stand out over everybody else is because they didn't go around doing ruqya. They didn't go around asking people to do ruqya over them. They did their own ruqya. They trusted in Allah and they did their own ruqya. Like me, for example, say my hip hurt. I can put my hand on top of my hip and say, oh Allah, heal me of this pain. Take away this pain. Let this pain be a means of good for me. May it cause my sins to wash away from me. But don't allow this pain to take me out of here. That's a supplication. That's some ruqya. Or simply put, you can just, put your hand over it and recite some Quran. Al-Fatiha. A lot of people like to recite Al-Fatiha because Al-Fatiha is a supplication. A lot of people will put their hand on their head and Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. That's ruqya. Okay? So the prophet would do that to his family members, but he also let the people know that the best ruqya is from yourself. But see, he was a prophet. Prophets had miracles. Allah was able to heal. He would heal through those prophets. So that's why he could do that. But nowadays, I don't want nobody doing no ruqya on me. Who you are? You ain't Moses and you ain't the Prophet Muhammad. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't touch me. Just give me the shot. If you ain't putting a shot in my knee, you can forget about ruqya. I had to tell one of my doctors that. I had a male doctor, Dr. Rockman, and he thought I was so crazy. I remember. I told him, I don't need you to do ruqya. I said, you ain't Moses and you definitely ain't the Prophet Muhammad. Unless you putting a shot in this knee, don't you touch me. And he thought that was so funny. Well, why you say Moses? I said, because that's my husband. Why not the Prophet Muhammad? I said, because I go for the bad boys. I said, plus I can't sit there and compete with Aisha. I said, I'm too much like her. So I'll go for the bad boy. I'll take Moses. And he used to think I was so funny. Dr. Rockman, may Allah bless him. Okay, good job on that, guys. Let's go to the next question. Question number 3. Now, this is the big question that all of you should be able to answer. Is it permissible? Is it permissible in Islam to take verses of the Quran, put them in a bracelet and use for sickness or protection?
No.
Assalamu alaikum.
And explain your answer and give evidence. Go ahead. Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, let me pull up my note. So I said, no, this is not, we cannot do this because the prophet forbade this, because when you wear a Quran quote on your hands, you're like a superstitious person. You believe that that Quran quote can nothing can harm or benefit you when you are wearing that, bracelet, which leads to association, because only Allah can harm and benefit. It's like, wearing an amulet. Also, the prophet, peace be upon him, said he saw a man with a brass bracelet on his hand. And the prophet said, what is this? And the man said, a protection from weakness. And the prophet said, cast it off, for verily will only increase your weakness. And if you die wearing it, you'll never succeed.
Exactly. So, and by the way, the weakness the man was talking about was arthritis. Ever since the 6th century, they've been saying that if you wear copper, it'll cure you of arthritis. This is the 21st, 22nd century. It ain't cured no arthritis yet. Hello. So wearing copper, this is garbage. Like the prophet told that man, throw it away. Throw it away. And if you die with that copper on you, believing that it's going to stop your arthritis, you die the death of a kafir. You die as a kafir because you have put the power of Allah in the hands of some copper. And that's an amulet. That's why as Muslims, we don't wear amulets, not even amulets of the Quran. Because everybody, not even amulets of the Quran. So no, this is a form of associating partners with Allah. The prophet saw a man with a copper bracelet and told him to throw it away. And should he die with it on, he would die as an unbeliever. Okay? What about wearing Quran around your neck, guys?
It's the same thing.
Can you give me a more clear evidence? Clear evidence means something that addresses it. The Quran. This copper addresses protection using an amulet for protection or sickness. Give me something that hadith addressing the Quran. Anybody? Why come I can't use Quran? Nobody has an answer that they can use to knock that out. There's a lot of people that belong to the Sufi sect who have Quran all over them. How are you going to refute them?
I know I don't want to say it, but I want to say it. I don't know, maybe I should say it or shouldn't say it.
Okay, to
I
believe.
would tell them they actually are the Quran. Those what they've got around their neck is just words. It's not going to do anything without Allah actually making it happen. So it's a form of shirk.
Okay, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us, guys, to believe that anything other than Allah can harm or benefit you is invalidating your belief in him.
Yes.
Only Allah can harm or benefit a person. Like I told you guys, you know how many people are in car accidents, how many Muslims die in car accidents and they have ayat kursi hanging in their car? Ayat kursi didn't stop them from having that accident, did it? You know how many Muslims die in their houses and they have ayat kursi hanging on the walls? And it didn't prevent death. Nothing will stop death. Allah tells us in the Quran, when he sends death, when death comes calling, when death comes knocking at your door, nothing can stop him. Nothing. Not no verses of the Quran, not no shotgun, boomerang, none of that. Or Patty LaBelle. Hello.
So I have a question regarding to this, Miss Layla.
Uh-huh.
So let's say a person has now they make these dua, like the prophet said, use this dua before you leave your house or like before getting your car, all that stuff. Can you like hang your dua up just to remember to say it? Is that
That's
okay?
something
Like
different. Long if you got it up on the wall just to remember how to pronounce it or as decorations. A lot of people like Islamic calligraphy. That's a big selling profession now. Make calligraphy. It sells pretty good. It's beautiful. Beautify your home with it. Sister Gracie. Gracie got Islamic calligraphy all on her walls. But she'll tell you that calligraphy ain't protecting her. Okay, so yeah, if using it for as a remembrance to help you remember what to say or teach you how to say something or decoration, that's fine. But there's a lot of people that put it up there thinking it's going to protect them. Okay, good job. Last question. What did the prophet teach us to do if a contagious disease breaks out? We have the coronavirus. Since the coronavirus has broken out, what would the prophet say if he were here?
Yeah, but you know that. You
The
said
Take
prophet told us,
medication, take the shot.
No, that ain't the part I'm talking about. Somebody
Oh.
else get on the mic. What would the prophet, what did he teach us to do if a contagious disease breaks out?
Oh, I can answer that. I'm sorry.
Let somebody else go. Somebody else. Hello, there's a lot of people in that Zoom room. Why come y'all afraid to get on that mic?
the prophet told us to take the treatment to help try to stop the spreading.
No, that ain't the part I'm asking about. What
That
did
ain't
the
it.
prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam teach us to do? If
I
you
know.
live in a city that breaks out with a contagious disease, somebody else who we not hearing from.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
If we are in a country where the disease is, we're not supposed to leave and go somewhere
Good
else.
job. He
Right.
said, do not leave. And what else? Is that all he said? Who can give me the whole hadith? Come on, people. Why y'all half step? Y'all better stop being half steppers and learn these hadiths. Come on. What did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us to do? He said, if a contagious disease breaks out, do not leave the city. And what else?
Don't let nobody come into that city.
Oh, that okay. And don't allow others in. Okay, that's good.
Mhm.
Okay, and so in other words, quarantine.
Right.
The same way that we are handling the corona, quarantine.
Yes.
Don't leave the city and don't allow others in it. And what if you hear about it being a different part of the world having corona? What if you hear that there's a contagious disease in Milwaukee and you live in Cleveland?
Don't go to Milwaukee.
Okay, also do not go to the places
Yes.
of contagion. Until it leaves. Okay, y'all need to learn how to remember the hadiths. I want y'all to work on two things that kind of really tick me off. Y'all should know how to, first of all, express yourselves better. Everybody listen to me. You need to learn how to give detailed answers. I don't want no shortcuts. I don't want no half answers. If I ask you what is the difference between an incantation and supplication, you pretend you Layla. You better start from A, go to Z. And then throw in your evidence, clear evidence to support it. You want to be able to shut people down. You want to be able to explain the religion in details so that a 6-year-old can understand. And you want to always provide clear evidence. Clear evidence is the hadith or the verse of the Quran that clearly addresses the issue. You don't want to leave nothing out. No shortcuts in Islam, especially in these days. We're living in the days of the Ruwaybida, the people who got a lot to say about Islam and they don't even know how to pray. Y'all got to learn how to express yourselves better. You young people, I can expect this from Anissa. She's 80 years old. And alhamdulillah, she lived her life and does it and is a good Muslim. She understands her deen. She may know how to express it well, but she knows this stuff. But you younger people, family, all the rest of y'all that are young, y'all better learn how to express yourselves better. Y'all understand? Okay, any questions? I'm gonna ask again, what's the difference between an incantation and a supplication? Tell me, Medina Dahir. Medina Dahir. Nadia. What is the difference between an incantation and a supplication? And this is not Arabic. This is basic English. American. Still don't know? Brother Emma, what's the difference between an incantation and a supplication? When are they used? When do I use an incantation? When do I use a supplication? Fardausa, Habiba, Halima, good Lord. Wasting my time.
Can I say it?
Go ahead, Sabrina, please.
Well, a supplication is used when you're asking or begging for something. And incantation is used for protection.
Give me an example of a situation in which I would supplicate.
If I was to supplicate, I would ask,
No, I want a situation that calls for supplication.
if you are sick and you or someone you love is sick or know is sick, you could go to Allah and supplicate that they get well. I do it all the time.
Okay, give me a situation that calls for an incantation.
If a war were to break out,
Is that an incantation?
and no, but I could ask.
Give me an example. Y'all still don't understand what incantations are.
It's for protection, so I'm sorry.
Give me an example of a situation in which you would use an incantation instead of a supplication. This is English. You guys are so caught up trying to learn Arabic. Y'all better learn your English language. Hello? Give me a situation that would call for an incantation. Isra. Aisha.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say, like, for example, if you can't sleep at night because of bad dreams.
Okay, give me another situation that would call for an incantation. I already gave y'all that answer. Isra.
Whenever I'm going out of my house, I ask Allah to protect me from the evil, what He created. Sorry, my allergies.
That's it. That's the right answer. You hear her answer? Whenever she leaves the house, she calls upon Allah for protection to allow her to make it home safe.
Yeah.
That's an incantation. Whenever you guys are asking for protection in Islam, that's when you are incanting.
Yes.
When you're asking for help, guidance, and that type of stuff from Allah, you're supplicating.
Right.
Now, what surahs of the Quran are incantations?
Anybody?
What surahs of the Quran can be used as incantation?
Last
Surah
and Incantation.
Anissa, get off the mic. Let these other people answer.
Okay.
Nas, Falak,
Can I
and
go?
Ikhlas.
Nas and Falak.
Yes, the Nas, the Falak. What else? Give me some more.
Ayatul Kursi.
Ayatul Kursi, that's an incantation. What about some words, simple words? Are there words of remembrance that can also be used as incantations? Common words of remembrance. Give me one, Anissa.
Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha.
Okay. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. That's the best incantation.
Yes, that's
The best incantation y'all can say is A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. That's the most powerful incantation. Y'all better work on y'all's English. And you guys are American and can't speak English. Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
America has a terrible educational system. As you guys overseas can see, the people in England laugh at Americans because Americans haven't spoken English in centuries. They haven't spoken English in centuries, have they, Rashida? Rashida knows
not even Arabic.
Yeah.
Even Arab cannot speak Arabic.
I know. They don't speak the classical. They don't know what Fusha is. Yeah. This is material. Language is destroyed. It's just destroyed. And they can't, and this is why the Muslims are messed up. They don't understand the meaning of simple words like supplicate and incantate. Subhanallah. I majored in English. I didn't want to, but I was made to, and I'm kind of glad I did. Subhanallah, subhanallah. Okay, any questions? Any questions about any of this stuff? So I'm gonna save the lecture for tomorrow, thank God. And because I'm glad I did do this class, because y'all would have been lost. Tomorrow, what we're gonna do is go into detail about death. We done covered sickness. You guys know that whenever you get sick, call upon Allah, supplicate. That means call upon Allah, beseech him, plead with him, beg him to heal you of your cancer, heal you of your arthritis. When you need protection from others or protection from shaitan, incantate.
You
A'udhu billahi.
need a weapon.
Yeah,
As a weapon.
yeah.
A bomb.
Y'all understand that?
Yeah.
Let me see what questions they have here. It's up, okay. Any questions? Facebook, what is this? Yeah, good job, Amina Antar. Good job, Antar. And for you people in the Zoom, y'all better keep that music out my Zoom room. Because y'all put on music the one day that I'm gone, and look how it fried y'all brains. Hello. Only one struggling was Anissa. And it's pathetic.
Sister Layla. Sister Layla,
Yes.
one of the sisters asked you about the picture of the protection, like ayah or hadith or something, a picture.
Wait a minute, hold on, let me mute these people because I can't hear you.
One of the sisters asked you for that.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question again now? Because I'm sorry, I had to mute them. So I couldn't hear.
One of the sisters, they ask you if they have a frame of big surah or a frame of ayah.
Yeah.
This, but whoever that sister, that's, by the way, that's haram, by the way. If you want for you to memorize it, no, beautiful.
Yeah, that's what we told her, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but honestly, yeah, you mentioned that, but honestly, sister, not only that, a lot of you text me, picture, frame, ayah, and this and that, sallallahu alaihi Muhammad, and this and that, is absolutely fabricated stuff, real sister. Your sunnah followers supposed to be following the sunnah. This is not the sunnah. In fact,
Yeah, I don't know why people would do that. In fact, I made a comment about it the day, you know, like I said, a lot of people use Arabic calligraphy. Arabic calligraphy is an art, it's beautiful. I used to have calligraphy all over when I lived in an apartment when I was younger. But as far as y'all putting verses of the Quran, like I told y'all, yes, it's a thin line. That's a gray line because you'll end up thinking, and your personal jinn will push you to think that I got Corsi on the wall. So it's protecting me. Or I got this verse about the believers here is protect. I would stay away. The prophet says, don't put yourself in a position that can cause you to commit shirk or that. So I wouldn't recommend that stuff at all. But I don't know, a lot of these Muslims are doing that stuff. They putting up surahs and du'as. And I don't understand that either. You know.
And also one of the sisters asked you about قل هو الله أحد قل أضرب الفلق قل أعوذ بالناس. By the way, that's a beautiful sister, especially Allah loves subhanahu wa ta'ala, loves Surah al-Falaq. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق. That's a protection 100% with no.
It's a good incantation.
Because from by the way, the jinn of a human being, worse than the jinn who cannot see.
They
because
whisper.
the jinn, sometimes a person, a big sheikh with big beard and this and that, and the bishop will talk, but you never know. So you protect yourself from this ayat. So قل هو الله أحد قل أعوذ برب الفلق. But the key, this Layla spoke about it. Please, you have to believe it. Allah will give me this. Not read it. What are the benefits? Allah protect me if I read this.
Yeah, those are the best incantations. But they didn't know what incantations were. But whenever you ask them for protection, that's an incantation.
And the picture behind you, where you are in the moon, or in the sea, or in the ocean, where the picture behind you?
This is just a wallpaper. This is silk satin. That's satin. You know I love fabric. And that's just our emblem. That ain't no moon. That's just a satin wallpaper I found on Google. And I like red.
By the way, I came to America in purpose to come to the moon. And to the Mars. With the moon, everybody went to the moon. I came to America, I work with NASA just to go to Mars.
No, that's not the moon. That's just color.
I resigned.
Yeah, that's right. I know you were.
Alright, inshallah.
Yeah. Well, alhamdulillah, I'm glad you came in and emphasized that with them. You know, it's
Alright.
best for y'all to learn y'all stuff. I don't, you know, rather than posting it up on the wall and stuff, because that too many people end up falling into that shirk. I know one brother, I told them yesterday, this brother built a beautiful home and he engraved Ayat Kursi all through the brick. And he was one of my Kuwaiti friends. He lives in Kuwait. And he thought it was so, he's an architect, engineer. And he sent me pictures. I said, what is this? Ain't no evil gonna get, I said, astaghfirullah. Don't you know if Allah wanna take your soul, Aki, the angel of death is gonna come right through them bricks. You know, you can't stop death. But he lives in Kuwait, beautiful. I still got pictures of his home. Beautiful home he built in Kuwait, beautiful mansion with Ayat Kursi all engraved all over it.
Yeah, they're doing that in Kuwait and Emirates, even the masajid, Quran all over the world, unfortunately. Anyway, I'd love to see you guys, inshallah.
And by the way, I just posted the, by the way, I got my granddaughter was sick yesterday. I had to pick her up and I didn't get a chance. I had to deal with her all night.
What happened?
Just a regular cold. She had her shots, her corona. Hers was just the flu because of her allergies. And of course, she likes to be, she's 18 and pretend she was 6 years old. Oh, I can't breathe. I had to baby her all night. But I did post yesterday's class, guys, on the prayer. It's posted up on YouTube. I made a playlist called How to Pray. It's got Dr. Jamali's picture on it, and all those lectures that he gave are in that playlist. How to pray. It says pray like the prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So everything is in order.
It is in the Facebook?
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. And I did post it on Facebook too. I posted on Facebook, but if they go to the YouTube channel, they'll see pray as the prophet, and it's all the lectures you given so far. All 3 of them.
To my universities.
Yeah, that way everything is there. And next week you're gonna do the Fatiha, right?
Yes, inshallah.
Yeah.
A PowerPoint. Well, then actually, Ayin will send you the PowerPoint.
Okay. Yes.
You and I will just work it together, inshallah.
Okay, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Okay, alhamdulillah.
Well, I'm writing a book actually, and this book, inshallah, I will share it before I publish the book. I will show it to you.
Okay.
Halal and scientifically. Scientifically and Islamic halal book, inshallah.
Oh, that'd be perfect. And we can teach that here too.
Yeah, I want to do many farms and slaughter. Scientifically, you know, my specialties, and also Islamically, inshallah.
Because we use a lot of Sheikh Atli's book here. Sheikh Atli's sending me some more books too. He got some more hadith books that he compiled, and he's supposed to be sending me some more to teach here. By the way, guys, I'll give y'all a list of more hadith books that Sheikh Atli just put together. He's sending to me for me to teach y'all with.
Okay, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh. Okay, people on Facebook, I'm closing out. We'll be here for my class at 11. Inshallah, I should do it. As long as my granddaughter don't come here pretending to be real sick. Brother Emma, do you understand the difference? Supplications is for help, for guidance, for support. Incantations are for protection. That's the difference. Whenever you want protection from Allah, you're gonna do an incantation. When you want help, support, guidance from Allah, you're gonna supplicate. That's the easiest way to remember the difference. You got it, Brother Ahmad? Sister Sakina did good on that.
Sister Layla.
Yes.
Did you say we could, it would be okay to have the Quranic verses if we're using, having them in our house for remembrance?
No, how do you define remembrance?
Like, say if somebody comes into my house blasting music, I say I have, you know, the Quran in here.
No.
You're not supposed to.
No, not like that. No? When we talk about remembrance, we're talking about like Norto was asking. Norto was saying, for example, Sister Sabrine, Turn your video on. I'm glad this is the difference between remembrance. Because see, we play with words. Remembrance, no. Let me show you the type of remembrance is lawful. Okay, you got your thing on? Okay, okay, I want everybody to look at Sister Sabrine's, hold on. I'm gonna look at Sister Sabrine's wall. Can everybody see these two pieces of paper hanging up?
Mm-hmm.
You see these pieces of paper, Medina?
Yeah.
These are some supplications she wrote and put on the wall because she's teaching herself how to say them.
Okay.
You see that? These two pieces of paper, these are supplications that she's learning. She's learning how to recite these words. So she put them here and she looks at them and learns how to recite.
Okay.
And that's what Norto was asking me. Can Norto want to know, can she put something on a piece of paper so she can remember how to say, whatever.
Yeah.
That's different to learn. She's learning. She's learning how to memorize a supplication. But to like what you're saying, that falls into shirt. How you gonna remind somebody else? That ain't your business.
Okay.
You know, if you want people to take off your shoes, you put up a sign saying take off your shoes. But you don't put up a supplication about that.
So let me show you mine. So these is a no-no. Let me turn on my camera.
And that's what Dramali's talking about. If you're using them for remembrance, you call yourself giving remembrance to somebody else. No, we don't do that.
Okay, hold on. Let me flip my camera. So this is a no-no, right?
Is this for decoration or what?
Yeah.
Decoration is different. That's calligraphy. If you want to put it up there for decoration, that's calligraphy. Because this person took a verse of the Quran, he decorated it, put it in a frame, you hang it up on the wall like a picture, you know, it's decoration.
Okay.
But if you putting it there because you call yourself trying to remind somebody of something, now you got a thin line between shirt.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about. A lot of people use Arabic as calligraphy. Calligraphy is one thing. A lot of people have verses of the Quran on their wall just for the decoration. They put it with the gold and put it in a pretty frame and whatnot. But if you're doing it because you think that verse of the Quran is going to protect you, or if you're putting it there because you think that a person coming in your house can't do something, now you sure.
Okay.
I understand. Decoration is one thing. Or trying to learn something like Sabrina is doing. She ain't even got that on no pretty paper. It's just a piece of paper because she's learning a dua. That's different. But if you guys doing it for other reasons, for thinking it's going to protect you, it's going to benefit you, nothing can harm or benefit you unless the law allows it. You can put that up on the wall all you want to. It will not remind nobody of nothing unless Allah allows it to. But it can be a grade for you.
That is good to know. Thank you.
Everybody understand? And that's what Norto is asking, I guess. She's trying to learn something like Sabrina. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question about the chapters of the Quran you were mentioning. So like what if you play, for example, the Surah Baqarah for the pronunciation? Would that be the same as like protecting you from the evil as well as like
yes, whenever you recite, yeah, that's the same thing. Yes.
Yeah, as well as trying to like
if a person wants to go to sleep at night and you have like the bear, the dua bear. A lot of people do not know how to recite the Falak, the Nas, and Ikhlas. Those are incantations. Those are surahs of the Quran that serve as incantations. But a lot of Muslims don't know how to recite them. So that's why you can buy the dua bear. Push his paw and he'll recite them for you. And then push the other paw in the morning, he'll recite them again. That's okay. You can play it on a CD. You can play it with the Do-A-Bear, or you can recite it yourself, you know, and all like that. But thinking that you got it hanging up on the wall, that ain't gonna do nothing. Everybody understand? Just because you got those verses hanging on the wall don't mean anything. You have to remember Allah with your tongue. With your tongue, like the prophet said, the tongue. Yeah. Yeah, any other questions? Okay, mashallah, you guys did pretty good today. I want y'all to remember, I might answer tomorrow. I might give y'all maybe just 2 or 3 questions. I'll put a couple, maybe 3 scenarios, and I might ask you, does this scenario call for a supplication or an incantation? Just to see if y'all remember. Anissa probably get them all right.
Alhamdulillah, yeah,
I think you will. I think you understand now. Anissa.
I got it now. And I'm really glad that this happened. It really, that you covered it.
Yeah.
It never crossed my mind. I've been living all of this.
Yeah.
It never crossed my mind to break it down like that.
And like I said, Anissa is older, guys. She's our matriarch here.
Yes.
You know, she's been practicing Islam for most of her life, and she knows this stuff. Her memory might be slow, but Anissa has a good relationship with Allah. She's one of my strongest sisters on this website, and I respect her, look up to her a lot. But now you younger sisters, I expect much more from y'all. You sisters in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, I expect a whole lot more. Y'all hope y'all can live long like Anissa and know and practice your deen like she does.
SubhanAllah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm getting ready to close out on Facebook. If y'all want to join us in the Zoom room, for those of you listening on the New Muslims Facebook page, to join the Zoom room, just simply go to www.sunnahfollowers.net with 2 N's, 2 L's, and join. And also on the beginning of this, at the top of this video on Facebook, I do have the link. Click on that link and it'll bring you right into our Zoom room. You don't have to have a password or any of that. And it won't be no music in here because I'm here all day. Hello. Goodbye. All right. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Yeah. I didn't have to record today. If I thought I was